let go. Hey man, pack that shit up, man. We gotta get up out this bitch.
I'll blow that shit, bitch, I ain't stingy. You can slide around with Boston if your talk different. Every time I turn around, they say a op missing. Wanna know how niggas die? Niggas keep dissing. But I don't get in that, I'm steady wrapping up them chickens. I wanna hit the booth, but I'm stuck up in them trenches. I been at 5, but I want 6 hoes with me like I'm Nipsey. Fucking hoes and kicking doors, that's just how we living. She don't pop the Adderall, now she say she miss me. She gon' pull up, eat it all, only when she tilts it. Run a circle around these hoes, treat them like a frisbee. Why the fuck these IG hoes always trying to tilt me? Damn.
Yeah, man.
It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Birds of a feather.
Who I got here with me tonight?
Yeah, you got me on here tonight,
Who
coach.
is this I got with me tonight, man?
You got me on here, coach.
This ain't Slick, is it? Slick Entertainment.
It's Slick Word Entertainment, man.
Man, well, I tell you the truth, but you never know who might show up around here, man. I'm in here with the hottest promoter in the city, R&B, on Thursday night. Check him out.
Gotta come check it out, man. 25 for ladies, 30 and up for dudes.
Come on, man.
Hottest in the city, man. If you ain't checked it out, status.
Listen,
Red light special.
they told me there's women in there with python snakes going on.
It's a jungle in there, coach.
It's a jungle. Man, listen. But I tell you what, I might be in there. I might be in there.
Oh man, Ray. Come on, you know I've been waiting on you, coach.
I might be in there.
I've been waiting on you.
Man, you know, there's a lot going on the internet, man. Hey, but we about to jump into it. But guess what, though? It's cool when they say it, but when time said it's a problem. Let's go. I'm gonna get into it, man.
Let's go, coach.
Man, welcome back, man. I know y'all thought, man, that nigga just playing. He gonna come back 2 weeks from now, but nah, man. You know, there's a lot going on, so we decided to come back tonight, and I got a special guest.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the forum, coach. A lot going on.
Well, I'm just gonna tell you like this, and I'm gonna keep it G. I'm gonna keep it professional, but I'm gonna keep it G. These adults has taken the platform from the children, and it's aggravating, coach. It's aggravating.
Yeah.
So, you know, we gonna dive in, but you know, if you got something you want to say, TJ, man, before we get started with these topics from earlier today that was up in the forum, you know, go on ahead, because you know there's about 3 or 4 topics here we gonna jump in. But if you got something you want to tell me, coach, I can go. I'm answering all questions tonight. I'm answering all questions, coach.
You answered all questions tonight.
I'm gonna be like Charleston White.
Okay. Well, guess what? I got one for you, coach.
Let's go, Coachy.
How you feel about Little League right now today?
That's a heck of a question to come at me with. Little League football has became it. Man, listen, it almost puts you speechless. It makes you pause. It makes you feel some type of way. You know, it's just not the same. And I, you know, for a while, I sat back and I done heard other people say the same thing, and I didn't know what they meant. But when I sit back and I analyze and I see just some of the conversations that's going on and people commenting, man, it's not in a great place. I'm gonna just say that. And the reason why it's not in a great place because all the craziness that these adults got going on has done in this youth football. You got people really dying at youth games now, bro.
Yeah, man.
I mean, let's just really speak on the matter. You got people dying at youth football games, and you know what I'm saying? It ain't the kids. The kids only do what the coaches and, you know, they act the way they see what's going on around them, you know? Mm-hmm. So what's wrong with Little League football, man? It's amazing because that was one of the topics that somebody asked today. What are your top 5 things? It's crazy that you asked that question. Mm-hmm. You know, one of the main things that's wrong with Little League football social media.
That's big. Social media.
Social media, all these parents think their kid is the next big thing instead of letting their children just be who they are. Everybody want their child to be this or that, or instead of just letting their kid be who they are. Everybody wasn't meant to be the next Michael Jordan. Everybody wasn't meant to be the next Barry Sanders. It's okay to be a doctor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's okay to be a veterinarian. It's okay to be different. Y'all sing the songs, I'm different, but now you don't want to be different.
Yeah.
Come on, but I'm different though. This is what you listen to in your car. This is what you bob your head to. But now it's time to be different. You don't want to be different. Talk to me. But social media has really messed a lot of things up because parents be looking for their kid to be talked about like a Blaze or and I hate to use that kid. Man, that's a phenomenal kid. Everybody wasn't meant to be Blaze.
Shout out to Blaze, man.
Shout out to him.
It's a bad boy.
See, and parents got to realize something, because my next one to the reasons what's wrong with Little League football coach is the parents. Parents got to just start understanding that a lot of these kids are different.
Yeah.
Everybody don't have the sauce. Some people have the sauce. Some people acquired the sauce. Some people inherit the sauce. And there's a lot of them still looking for the sauce.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of people looking for the sauce.
Yeah, man.
It's hard to get the sauce, but you also get lost in the sauce.
Lost in the sauce.
And that's where these parents get it misconstrued, because they lost in the sauce. And let them kids be who they are. The parents be looking for more likes and comments on their kids' posts more than the kid. The kid don't worry about that stuff. The kid on the PS5, the kid DMing their friends. The parents take this stuff more seriously than the child. They take the rings, the trophies. Man, them kids getting them rings and their trophies. Let me tell you where my ring and trophy at right now, Coach, and we just won it Saturday. The trophy sitting on the floor and the ring sitting somewhere on the dresser, in the dresser. So I don't even know where I put it at already. I tried to look for it today, and I can't tell you where it's at.
I got a question for you, Coach. How does it feel to win the first 10U Florida Premier Super Bowl?
Well, Coach, I'm going to tell you, it ain't something I didn't expect. I expected to do it.
Okay.
I expected us to do it. That's how strong my faith is. Despite whatever we went through, I expected it.
Okay.
You feel me? It feels good to be the first. Shout out to the Godfather, aka Duke, for giving me the opportunity and believing in me to, manage the team, manage the coaches, or whatever the case may be, and for us to go out there and achieve greatness, because we are great. And notice I said we, because without you, TJ, without Marcus, KJ, Big Tyson, and all the pieces involved, you know what I'm saying, we can't be who we are. So it's a 2-letter word, but it has a big meaning. We. And one man did it, Coach.
You're right.
Straight like that.
Shout out to KJ, Ramon.
Oh, did I miss Coachy? I was about to fire that. You would let that dude scope Saturday. Man. He was getting the red stuff, but shout out Coachy too.
Yeah, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out Team Moms, man. They did a good job this year, man. We still going on the road to Nationals, man. On the road to Nationals.
But that's going to be a great episode.
But, Coach, let's go and get into it, Coach. Go on and speak your shit, man.
Man, earlier today, man, somebody asked, Coach Nate, I want you to do a podcast tonight and ask, why do parents have all the best plans and throw coaches under the bus when they lose? I said, that's a deep one. So,
how you feel about that, Coach? How you feel about that?
Let me tell you something. And I'm going to be real blunt about this, Everybody feels like they have the answers behind the gate. So let me tell you something. They give everybody an opportunity to get a badge at the beginning. Whenever they say it's time to come out to do this, they give everybody an opportunity to get a badge. You understand what I'm saying, TJ? They give everybody an opportunity, the same opportunity you and me had. They had the same opportunity to go out there. It's the same, no different than going out there to vote. You had the chance to vote, you didn't vote, so I don't got nothing. I don't want to hear it. But when it comes to this, when you lose, everybody got something to say, and they feel like they know what they be talking about. But half these people don't see what goes on in practice with this kid. Half these people don't see how these kids be playing. Mm-hmm. Half these people don't understand what goes on day in. And I'm taking up for the coaches. You understand me? Mm-hmm. Because a coach has to deal with a lot. I feel like everything should be handled decent and in order. Right. If there's a problem, coach, why take it to the internet? Why not go to that coach and talk to him? Why try to get the comments up? And I seen something the other day, yesterday somebody said it was bad coaching or whatever the case may be. Man, as long as I've been coaching, mm-hmm. and as much as Ramon or whoever might not agree, it's supposed to be y'all agree to disagree. I never ever come on there and put none of y'all on blast. I'll call you. Mm-hmm. There's just certain things you do and certain things you don't do. And one thing that man, listen, I'm like T.I. I don't tolerate no disrespect. And that's the problem. There ain't no respect in it. You know what I'm saying? Any violation, I agree, it should be a demonstration. Mm-hmm. It's time to fire these people, man. All the sidebar talking and all that right there, man, that's flawed.
Yeah.
How can we make something better? And how can I even approach you and I know you done talked about me?
Yeah.
How can you approach me and you know I done talked about you? Take it for what it's worth. So, you know what I'm saying? Why do parents do that? Because, you know, it's another word. They feel like they're entitled. Man,
that point on that one, coach.
I'm just being honest. They feel like entitled. The only thing you entitled to do is pay that $250 or whatever it is and come down out there and sit your butt down and let them people coach. Volunteer ain't free.
Definitely ain't.
Shoot. You got to pay $60 just for the background. I do more background checks for Little League football than I do for a job. I'm just telling you what's really going on. I do, people talking about a local background check, an international background check. Who I'm doing an application for, the FBI. So, hey, I mean, you know, parents just got to understand, if it's something you don't like, just go to that coach. And if you feel like you have some suggestions into doing something better, there's a way to handle it. You know, I wouldn't come to your place of business and tell you how to whoop. I'll come to you and talk to you like a man. A man should go to another man and address it like a man. A woman should handle herself ladylike. Not all that loud talking, my son, this here. Man, lady, have you seen your son?
Right.
Do you see your son acting up, hitting this kid on the head, doing all that? So, you know, man, I feel like I answered that question the best to my ability. You know, if you have a problem, there's a right and a wrong way to handle things. What's the next one, Coach?
Next one, Coach.
I think it said the top 5. Yeah, we still on that. Oh, another reason what's wrong with Little League. Well, I already told y'all about the social media. I already told y'all the parents. Oh my gosh, the parents is definitely number one. And I'm going to elaborate a little bit more on that right there. Oh my gosh. Because the parents and nationals, they go hand in hand. Parents and nationals go hand in hand, and I'm going to tell you why. These parents are entwined with that national stuff. They look for teams. They'll take their kid all over the globe in search of a team. And then when they get on a team where there's a lot of talent, now it's a problem, you know, because your son might not be the main star and all that stuff there.
Yeah.
That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Nationals has changed the outlook of Little League football because now all these guys believe they're national teams.
Correct.
Everybody believe they're a national team. And when you try to tell them they ain't national, it's World War III. I mean, you know, I don't think people really understand what really goes into nationals. So, you know, that has a big thing to do with it. The teams that you really see that's really doing the national thing, they have really built those teams, and they've been around them kids. And let me tell you something, them people spending money.
A lot of it.
It takes money to go up and down that road, Coach.
So I'm gonna say this, Coach. Do you think it's a national team on any level in the Tampa Bay area?
Yeah, Coach, you looking at them.
Yes, sir.
You're
Yes,
looking
sir.
at them.
Yes, sir.
Doomsday
Yes.
Jaguars. I told y'all that. What y'all see? What people fail to realize, Coach? They thought when and no disrespect, you know, Twan is a good guy, but y'all doubted us, dog.
Yeah.
Y'all doubted us. Y'all thought because Twan was gone. Man, look here, man. We inserted Rico. Shouts out, little Rico, man. You know he don't really get a lot of love on these platforms and stuff like that. We inserted Rico and Lil Rob, and we ain't missed a beat. Matter of fact, we putting up more points now than we did before. Man, listen. Well, we coming. We coming, man. You know what I'm talking about? We ain't nothing stop. You know, ain't nothing stop. You know, yes, to answer your question, there is one national team in Tampa. You're looking at them. Us.
Team.
Looking at us. Doomsday Jaguars, Team U. Straight up. Shots out Taco. Shots out Rob.
Yes, sir.
You know, shots out the staff. Yes, you're looking at them, Coach. We going to national, and whoever's in our way gonna get ran over. And if they score, I consider it a loss.
So, Coach, what about any 8U, 13U teams? So, ain't no other national teams in the Tampa Bay area, but
Yeah, there is something national in Tampa, but it ain't football. Maybe national rental cars, something like that. There ain't another national youth football team. There's nationals around, national anthems, national car rental. Ain't another national but us, Coach.
So what about the Little Devils, Coach? They was all about national, 13, 14, whatever. But they went down in the bowl, Coach, to a 13U team, Progress Village Panthers.
Well, I ain't gonna speak because I'm trying to get the Devils off of me like Boosie. You hear me? So I ain't gonna speak too badly of them. You know what, man? The playoff, what goes on in the regular season, like the saying goes, you won the wrong game. You know what I mean? You got to win the right game. You know, Progress Village finally proved on that level that they could finally get through the hump. There's no doubt that St. Pete was definitely the best team throughout the year, but they picked the wrong day to have a bad game. So, you know, and it ain't just on that level. They blew a 25-6 lead on the 12U level, man. See, me, I wouldn't have been able to sleep. I wouldn't have been able to do no podcast because I wouldn't have been able to talk.
So you think it was coaching?
Coach, you know I'm gonna answer that. The best of my yes. Yes. I mean,
So you think it was coaching?
yes. When you lose, let me tell you something, Coach. When you up 20, see with me, I don't script this stuff. I say what's real and what it is. When you up 25-6 and a team comes back, you gotta understand. We're doing 8-minute quarters, Coach. 8 minutes. That's 16, 24, 32. You up 25-6 late third quarter. Late third. So late third and 8 minutes, that's anything past 4. So I'm gonna say 5. So you do 3 plus 8. The team had to come back from 19 down in 11 minutes. That's tough to do in 8-minute quarters, bro. You could have held the ball and soaked it 30 seconds per play and still won the game. Something different could have happened in the bowl.
In the bowl.
in the bowl.
I believe, Coach, when we was in the end zone, we was watching it, and they got a young man by the number 4, electrifying.
Talking about St. Pete?
St. Pete.
Yes, they do.
He's
Yes, they
electrifying, but I don't think he got the ball enough in the overtime.
What I just said, who is it fall on?
Coaching.
All right then. When the game is on the line, what I told y'all last week when we was in Lakewood. If it ain't going the way I see it need to go, I'm going to who? Kobe. I'm going to the beam. I'm going to you know who.
Yeah.
So in big time players step up in big time games.
Yeah.
So there's no way if he's one of your best players and you blow a lead like that, you have to give Foe the ball, and that's just what it is. You don't see no NFL teams do that stuff. When the game online, Patrick Mahomes is going to Khalees or the other one.
Going to Kelsey, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, I feel sorry for him, but hey, you live and you learn. Shots out St. Pete Little Devils. They got a strong organization. They talk their stuff. They gonna bounce back.
They definitely do. But yeah, shout out to number 4, man. He's gonna be hell on 13.
He gonna be something to deal with next year, man.
I would love to see him in a Jag uniform.
Well, one thing for sure, two things for certain, we'll definitely welcome him.
Yeah.
It's nothing but love across this side of the bridge, baby. Straight like that. There ain't nothing but love over here, man. I know we got our rep, but it's love this way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's the next one, Coach? What's the next one?
Well, man, there's too many teams in Tampa, Coach.
Yeah, it's a lot of them, man. I heard some new ones coming next year.
Well, I know there's a lot of speculation going on. All I'm going to say is we'll see how things go. Shots out, Inner City Bengals. That's all I'm going to say. Shots out, Inner City Bengals, man.
Okay, that's a new team.
That's a new team headed by Tiffany Hobson.
Okay.
Sus. So, but not just talking about her. When I say there's too many teams, Coach, man, you know how you can just go down the street and there's a church on every corner? That's how many teams there is on every corner. Too many teams. The product is becoming. That's another reason what's wrong with Little League. The product is becoming watered down. You know what I'm saying? It's just too many teams, and I wouldn't tell nobody to shut down or nothing like that. But if that's what you like, that's what you like. But it don't make good for a good product. Not to me. It's just too many teams. Everybody picking. It's almost like if you have a barrel right here, right? If you picking out the barrel, I'm picking out the barrel, she's picking out the barrel, we all picking out the same barrel. Mm-hmm. So what are you liable to have? You ain't gonna have much. You stretching it. So, but if we all come together,
right,
and form something great,
okay,
it could be special. But you know what? Our people don't like coming together. The only thing they like coming together for is 2 for 1 and a butt shaking contest. That's it. I'm just telling you what it really is, Coach. Our people don't come together but for foolishness.
Right.
You hear what I'm saying, Coach? I got it right here. Come together. They don't.
Everybody want to be the man.
Everybody want to be the guy. I just seen Fat Joe say on a podcast he knew how to be number 2, the big pawn, and he was that guy. He knew how to play his role.
Right.
People don't like playing their position. See, Coach, if I came to slip, I know how to play my role. I could be 2. I could be 3. Mm-hmm. Just pass it out to me. I'm going to knock it down. That's my role. Your role, everybody's roles are different. Her role is to produce. My role is to talk. Your role, host. So when people understand their roles, you can have something great. Everybody can't be the boss. Somebody got to be able to take direction. And that's just what it is, Coach.
Yeah.
What was the next one here? So we said too many teams. There ain't no fields for you people either. Man, I'm just telling you what it really is.
Yeah, fields is hard to come by now.
No fields, man. They don't want y'all on their fields with all that foolishness. Y'all fighting every time. Every time y'all get together, y'all want to fight and all that craziness. And These people tired of that stuff, man.
Is it true that some teams out here are really banned from fields?
Well, Coach, I don't know how true it is, but what the old folks used to say, the proof is in the pudding. What you see is what it is. So, I mean, that's just what it is, man. But when you come to a realization that it is you could fall back a little bit. A lot of these dudes don't fall back and really see what's really going on, man. So it's the same. It's gonna be the same old every time until you're willing to make a change. It's gonna be the same old, man. Until a change is willing to be made. That's just what it's gonna be. Straight like that.
Okay.
So we got no fields, won't come together. I already told you the only thing we come together, you know what I'm saying? Only thing we come together, we don't come together for nothing positive.
Right.
Something negative or don't mean nothing. We come together for stuff like that. Nowadays, bull crap get glorified and realness get look laughed upon. Think about that. Think what I just said.
Say that again.
Man, come on.
Say it one more time.
BS get respected and real stuff get laughed upon. Man, maybe that ain't catch people, but when y'all go back and look at this podcast, maybe y'all could break it down in your own mind. But that's just what the world we live in, man. That's just what it is. You know, somebody gonna say, look at this fat behind thinking, well, all right, it is what it is. Y'all don't come together. If I'm doing something positive, right now, if you put something positive up on the forum, watch the lights and press the button and watch the people that will like it.
Right.
Okay, now keep up with it. Put some negative or talking about somebody or some BS and watch the comments.
Go viral.
Man, come on, man. It will go.
Well, Coach,
damn.
it was something that went viral a little bit in the form on your first podcast.
What that, Coach?
About your top 10 list.
Oh.
I seen we had so many comments of who should have been this and who should have been there.
These people don't be knowing what they talking about, Coach. But go ahead.
Well, we'll say that on another note, Coach. But other than your top 10, Coach, who is the top 11, number 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15?
Well, Coach, you caught me off guard with that one. That right there was a nice jab.
Off the top of the dome. Off the dome, Coach.
Man, there was a kid, man, and I'm not putting them in any order because I'm just...
Yeah, just off the dome.
Okay. There was a kid I coached at Farrell's called Richard Scott.
Mm-hmm.
People ain't gonna know who he is because he was a gangster. And I mean, he lived that lifestyle, gangster.
Mm-hmm. And
we had to break him out of that mold. And when he came, he was raw. But by his second year on seniors, he came at he was just turning 13 when he came, and he came back his second year 14, and that jit was one of the best 14U players in mid Florida. So I'm gonna say Richard Scott. Ain't too many people gonna say too much about him. CJ, when I first met CJ, shouts out to Wayne Pearson. He was at the Chiefs. That's the first person that turned me on to CJ. Mm-hmm. Then he went to Nardo them at the Rams. And then y'all witnessed him at the Jags. He's definitely in there.
It's a bad boy, man.
Bad.
Super bad.
Another one to me, I call him Magneto. Because that's who he remind me of. Anthony Carey. Anthony Carey. To me, he's always been that dude at the Bears, and now he's at Carrollwood Day. You see he got about 30, 40 plus offers. When I came back to Little League, man, I put a post of this young man up last night, Lil AJ. He was the talk of the town at Fair Oaks when I got back into it. Look, AJ was one of them jits, man, that was like that. Man, Coach, there's so many of them. Tone.
That was a bad boy.
Tone, to me, when I seen the Jazz,
Antoine Hill.
Yes. That boy was like a little league Emmitt Smith. His style of running. And you seen what he did his freshman year, 2 yards from 1,000. He's another great one. Pickett. DJ Pickett from Z-Pow. Lone. Man, he used to put Z-Pow on his back. That kid there was pretty good. Man, Coach, where I'm at right now, about 17.
Keep going, Coach. We got a few of them.
See, I'm trying to think of kids that just won in TBYFL. I'm trying to go. This kid out here that's with the West Orlando Jazz right now, but he was with the Mamas, Cam.
Whew.
That boy
That's
is
a
another
monster,
Stacey Gage to me.
That's a monster, Coach.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't too many kids out there like that.
That's a monster, Coach.
Kid that people don't know too much about, Rucker. He was with Bartow, gangster. It's a lot more, Coach. I'm just trying to think of kids.
I'm gonna say one, Coach.
Who?
That was and people could vouch on it. Dwayne House.
Now I done heard about him, Coach.
One of the TBJ legends.
Yeah.
Dwayne House.
He was like that, Coach.
It was like that, Coach.
Talk to me. I done heard about him.
I seen this young man get his finger chopped off before the Super Bowl.
Wait, when you say chopped off, Coach, you talking about?
Chopped off at work.
You talking about like the way they did Kuta Kinte?
Chopped half his finger off, Coach. Got it stitched up.
Every day.
Come to the Super Bowl at 8, Coach. At 8 years old. And scored 3 touchdowns.
Wow. That's amazing, Coach.
Dwayne House was a bad boy.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Greenwood. They done had a few of them. Tim Williams was a good one. Shouts out to the Ravens flock. But they don't. But if it wasn't for the Ravens, boy, you know that's when I first seen Blaze. That's when KJ. KJ might be another all-time great. KJ is another one. But there's so many of them running through my head, but I can't get them. I can't get them all out at the moment. I should have wrote it down.
I caught you off guard, Coach, on that one.
Yeah, but there's a lot of them. Boy, I'm trying to think. Boy, I'm trying to think of all these kids. There's so many of them, and I ain't just trying to just keep it Tampa. I'm trying to. You got to put Bullet in there. When he played the Jazz, Bullet is definitely one of those guys.
Yeah, he's one of them guys.
You know what I'm saying? I should be close to 20.
Guess what, Coach? You got one too. Now he's the rookie coach of the year, Mike Brown.
They say Brown was like that.
I played against him, Coach, and he was like that.
You told me some stories about him.
He's a bad boy. Shout out to Mike Brown, man. 11U coach. Man, they won Super Bowl.
Is he coach of the year, Coach?
Man, he's the coach of the year, Coach.
Yeah.
Everybody doubted him, Coach.
Yeah.
They doubted him.
Now they off the regional.
Off the regional, because everybody didn't believe that they was going to win that game.
You should have stayed. Boy, it was epic.
Nobody believed they was going to win that game, Coach.
That was one heck of a game, man.
Shout out to Bam, man.
Hey, my bad. Bam,
man.
Bam is a GOAT. See, I'm relaxed right now. My mind relaxed. So, yeah, Bam is definitely one of the all-time greats. He's one of the all-time greats. And he just had an all-time great performance.
Ike Boy is a bad boy, too.
That young man is pretty darn good, boy.
Shout out to Coach Ike, too, man.
He's good, man.
Ike, one of the humblest coaches in the league, man.
Yeah, Ike, I respect a man that carry himself this strictly. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He ain't gotta always be flamboyant. He ain't always gotta talk loud. He just gonna come and he's gonna do his job and he's gonna go home. I respect. He might not say a whole lot, but his work and you know what? Ain't too many people would have coached that team at first. You know.
Nah, coach. They actually put that team together.
See what I'm talking about? So,
And they had the right pieces. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple times when we scrimmaged, we used to get on them.
yeah.
We used to get on them, coach.
Now, hey, let me tell y'all something, Brown. And I respect what y'all did. But if you ever come down on 10th Street, I'm gonna give you what you're looking for. It ain't nothing but torpedoes and 40s and everything down there. So you know we still about that action. But shots out Mike Brown and Coach Ike, man. They going to regionals, and let me tell you something, boy. They gonna be a tough out, boy. They gonna be a tough
Hey,
out.
look out for the 11U Jags, man.
I'm telling you.
Look out for them.
Nephew, Jamarion Williams. But I would be doing an injustice if I did a podcast and we talking about 11U Jags and I don't say something about nephew.
Man, nice catch that boy
Well,
had,
let
man.
me
One hell
tell
of a
you
catch.
That catch is what the momentum in that place, the energy turned when that man made that catch. If anybody tell you anything different, coach, they lying. I was there. Third down or whatever it was. I be through the ball, and Maine made the catch, and they sideline went crazy. And that's when, if you ever watch one of them Rocky movies, when they getting beat and the music, it's like, oh man, Rocky in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But when Rocky coming back, the music just started changing. That's how I did with the Jags, man. Like I'm just telling you, man. And then at the end, you know, Adrian, they did it. So it was like, man, the Jags did that, girl, man. I'm just keeping it 100. So shouts out to them, man. So, you know, it's gonna be tough, but they there. They Super Bowl champs.
They're Super Bowl champs, coach.
Super Bowl champs. What else you got for me, TJ, man? We here doing this, we doing this here for the fans, man. We just doing this here, for the fans. We ain't really turned up to where we going to. We giving y'all,
just getting started.
we just getting started. We ain't, just a little sauce. No meat, just sauce. We ain't gave y'all the meat yet, just a little sauce. So, we come in here, we talking, we hanging out, the microphones was here, the light was here. Man, hey, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Yeah, man. Shout out to 2CU Productions.
Oh, she's bad. That girl bad, boy. But I can hear myself so clear in the microphone. I just know my ears clean, coach. I know my ears clean because I can hear myself, boy. I can hear myself all the way to my brain. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
What's the next one, Coach? Go ahead, Coach. I'm going to answer that one, too, because that was a big subject today.
How you feel about coaches moving up with their level each year?
Well, my God, my people. I'm going to start from the beginning. When you say the word organization, this is what we are. A Little League organization. That's a group of people here to serve a purpose.
Right.
If you look up if you look up right now what organization mean, and I'm not the smartest dude, but I can almost tell you organization is going to mean a group of people serving a purpose. Now, tell me if I'm wrong, Coach, if that's what it is. I mean, that's what I think it is, but maybe Google says something else, and then once you tell me, I can proceed on.
Nah, Coach, you're right.
That's what it is. Okay. So, if an organization is a group of people serving a purpose, right? When you part of a Little League organization, what purpose are you there for?
Right.
Your purpose It's for the kids. It don't say a certain group of kids. You there for the kids. You volunteer for all the kids, not just one group of kids. All the kids. So take it like that. So, but now, as we spoke on before, everybody all these dads want to coach their sons.
Right.
Okay. Everybody want to go national. So how I feel about coaches moving up every year, that's not what Little League football is about. That it can't be. That's not what you do it for. Not to me. Every level, I believe you can learn something from everybody. To me, that coach on the next level might can show you something that your coaches. Because see, the way it's designed, the reason why they design it 6U, 7U, or whatever, each year you're supposed to be learning something and getting better. What you learn down here on 6U should be incorporated and be ready to go by the time you're on 7, 8, 9, 10. Each year you're supposed to be getting better. By the time you get on varsity, the varsity coach shouldn't have to go back over some stuff you should have learned down there on 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10U. But man, how can a kid learn if he's only been taught to learn by one person? In your house, you gonna sit here and tell me you the only person that's teaching your kids something? Your wife can't say nothing to them?
Right.
I'm just being honest. It can't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. The only reason these dudes move up, 70-80% of them got sons they want to coach.
Right.
And the other 20, 30, 40, whatever percentage it is, they just want to stay on top with the talented team. Talented team.
So do you think organizations should allow
No.
coaches to move up with their
I don't think they
team?
should. No, it's not about that. I'm gonna do this here. I'm glad you said that, Coach. Cause I'm really finna get deep now. Now I'm finna really get comfortable and really talk to the people. This team we on right now, right? Mm-hmm. If we stay on this team for the next 3 years, what's gonna happen? Ain't nobody in Tampa finna beat us.
Right.
What is I'm getting on beating all these dudes over and over again? If Duke ain't gonna let me travel and go beat somebody, I may as well take my talents either to another level or stay where I'm at, let them kids go or whatever. Because if I stay with these kids right here, ain't nobody in Tampa finna beat us. What I'm getting out of that? I'm just being honest. Ain't nobody in Tampa finna make headway and beating us. I don't get nothing out of saying I'm beating this. Ain't nothing in Tampa coaching like that. Who's coaching? Who really coaching? So no, man. Let the next coach get an opportunity to coach those kids, man.
Right.
Let them move up. When I was coming up, man, no matter who the coach was, and let's just be honest, there's no organization around here that has 10 great coaches. So what? Put them in clinics. Do something like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't like that situation, go to another situation. But moving up year in and year out, man, that ain't nothing but parents, coaching, and dads want to move up. Man, look here, man. If you have a dad that want to coach bad, right, and there's an opportunity on this level that his son ain't on, an opportunity on another level that his son is on, 9 times out of 10, he's going to take the opportunity with his son. He ain't going to go coach the other level. That's just what it is, man. If we stay with this group for the next 2 or 3 years, who's going to beat us? Ain't nobody in Tampa going to do it.
Well, it's going to be like Keith Sweat, Coach. Nobody, baby.
Nobody, man. And then, shucks, who wants to deal with parents? Who wants to deal with parents always nagging?
Right.
You can't win. You win is a problem. You lose is a problem. Man, who wants to deal with that every year?
How did you deal with that, Coach? With a parent that's always nagging. How do you deal with that, Coach? Like, do you tell the parent to get their child and go, or?
Man, listen.
How did you deal with that?
You got to stay prayed up. Let me tell you something, dog. Man, and this for the fans. You know, last week, a couple weeks ago, we was down in Lake St. Pete. I'm just going to say St. Pete, Northeast. And, you know, Blaze scored 5 times. And then, you know, when I read certain comments on the internet, Blaze is a phenomenal player. But guess what? We had to show him that the team is way more than Blaze. Because this past week, Lambo scored twice, Shake scored twice, and Blaze scored how many times, Coach? Once. And Rob scored on a couple extra points. Did that to show people, man, we are a team. I give it to you whichever way you want it. If I wanted Shake to score 5 times, he could have scored 5 times Saturday. If Lambo, but even when you're trying to please them, it's always, so how do you deal with that? You try to kill it with kindness, and it's hard to walk away from it, bro. It's hard. It's hard, bro. So, but sometimes the best thing to do is walk away and ignore it. But I promise you, Coach, I can't do it again. I won't do it again. You know what I'm saying? And God knows I love him. And, boy, we achieved something this year that last year they ain't achieved.
Right.
People sit here and say, oh, man, they only did that because Blaze. You mean to tell me y'all let one dude beat y'all like that? I wouldn't tell nobody one dude beat me like that, and y'all knew he was coming. Then I seen somebody talk about a comment where you joined another stack. How's they stacked? This team didn't win the same way what team beat them last year.
Yeah.
There's 30 kids. The only 2 kids that's new to this group is Ishmael and Blaze. So y'all mean to tell me y'all knew Blaze was coming and y'all couldn't stop him one time?
One time.
Man, it goes back to coaching, man. But y'all was crying about, well, it was Blaze, so guess what I had to show y'all, man? Okay, Coach say, man, they fired up. Lambo ready, Coach. Man, give it to him. Man, Lambo went up in there, hit the hole like it was nobody business, and there it is. You know, Blaze get us started however, but the way we call plays, I believe in all of them.
Right.
Rob can get it. Shake can get it. Lambo can get it. It don't matter who get it. You know what I'm saying? As long as the line blocking, somebody getting scored on.
Right.
But, man, moving up every year, man, it's a new trend now, but nah, bro. Nah. I don't understand it. Tell me, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of moving up? And somebody can tell me what the purpose is of to why you're doing it. You putting, okay, well, because they put the team together. So what? I can understand if you did that down there where the roots at, the little kids, and you put it together. Don't tell me you done put it together on 12. Does that make sense? You put it together on 12. Everybody by that age, everybody know who is who. If you telling me you put them together down there on 6 at the roots,
right,
and you seen them grow,
right,
man, that's a whole new ball game. Like somebody said today, I ain't never seen none of these coaches want to move up with a group of Timmies. The only thing these coaches want to move up with is a group of Tyrones.
Right.
If they have a whole group of Tyrones, they love to coach that. Think about it. Ain't no, if a coach had to coach every year a group of Timmies, 95% of them wouldn't coach. They'll sit at home on Saturdays and they'll look at college game day looking at the predictions. Take it for what it's worth.
Put a ticket in.
And put a ticket in. Come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, that's just what it is, Coach. Moving up every year. Every year.
Every year.
Man, there's 10 levels. Single age. And you got to move up. Man, watch this here. There's an organization, if you got 30 kids, let's just say, I'm going to do one better. 25 kids, right? And I'm just going to do 5 levels. Now, I know 25 times 4 is what, 100? Mm-hmm. So you got 125 kids, right? That's 5 levels. So you're basically telling me, out of them 125 kids, I'm going to go further than that because there's more than 125 kids. I'm going to just say, if you're doing single ages, let's say, you know, you got 200 and some odd kids. I'm going to just do a 225, right? Mm-hmm. So you got 225 kids. But what you're telling me the only kids you want to coach is 25. And you want to move up with them same 25 every year. Every year. So guess what? 225 minus 25 is 200. What about the other 200 kids that's coming through the organization? You saying forget them? Because I only want to coach these 25
kids. Because they Tyrone.
They Tyrones. And it brings me back to the regular origin. See, people don't think brothers could talk intelligently. See, I'm talking about, they didn't know I knew all that right there. Origin. Even though that's not a big word, but we're getting back to the root. Organization. When you break down the word organization, it already told you a group of people serving a purpose. When you doing little league, right? You're serving a purpose to help the kids. It didn't say just them kids. The kids I just want to do national with. It says kids. So when you say purpose and Little League together and you're a Little League organization, that kills all that moving up stuff, man. Because you serving the kids. You're not serving just a certain group. You're serving the kids. Right. See, that right there kills all that. You are a Little League organization.
Little League.
Take it for what it's worth. And if it ain't worth nothing to you, leave it where it's at and can just continue to be lost in the sauce. Straight like that. Moving up every year, man. Even in school. Right? And I don't know, can I break it down any other way? This right here, I guarantee you, even a kid can understand it. When you go to school, and you in kindergarten, first, second, third grade, man, I ain't never had the same teacher unless you was in Boom Boom. If you was in Boom Boom, yeah, this right here means something to you. You had to have the same teacher because you can't get it. You're a little bit behind the curve. So yeah, that's the only time I ever known somebody to stay in the same room with the same teacher going on. Y'all dudes be together all these 3 years back to back, and I ain't heard about no national team going out of Tampa yet. You can't give me Blaze Shake about this team here 3 years because none of you niggas, none of y'all won win. And them dudes down in Miami wouldn't beat us either. I done called them. I told you I called them. Some type of excuse they couldn't play. I done called y'all when we had bye weeks. Y'all don't, the name Blaze scare y'all. The only thing I gotta do is say blood. Like I'm acting like I'm saying Blaze. Oh no! We in the middle of the season. We in the middle of season 2.
Yeah.
We don't see none of y'all, man.
You're right, Coach.
I'm just telling you what it really is. You mean to tell me y'all been having
YouTube,
them kids 2-3 years and nobody know about y'all but in Tampa? Man, we number 10 in the nation, and when the next one come out, we gonna be probably 5, 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there. If we that now, and y'all talking about without Noah, and we come back next year with the same team and with a few more pieces, what we is then? Y'all can't beat me now. They can't beat us now, bro. Giving us 3, y'all scared of Blaze right now. Adding 10. Y'all scared of Shake and Lambo right now. We can't get a game. Man, look here.
If the birthday was in July, Coach, the boys would be on 9U.
Come on, man.
Lambo and Shake would be on 9U.
Come on. Y'all can't beat these boys now. 33-0.
Did they come in there and talk a little? Because we had 16 boys, Coach.
Man, listen.
After a hurricane with no practice.
We practiced an hour in special teams, and we was playing 7-on-7. Ask them.
Yeah.
Man, we ain't playing. Man, listen. When it's all said and done, this is a good team. It's a great team. It's a great team. But like I said, y'all don't want us to stay with these boys from 11, 12. Man, one thing y'all can say, ain't nobody in Tampa gonna win on 11, 12 for the next 3 years if we got these boys here. And guess what? I don't even want to coach these boys unless the Godfather say we can go travel. What other reason would I want to stay with them? Ain't nobody around here finna beat us. Ain't nobody around here coaching like that. Man, listen, I beat y'all favorite coaches. I beat them trainers y'all hollering about. You got to be able to coach. I don't care about no accolades, where they went to school at. I don't. Because guess what? Ramon will tell you, you won't score. Dudes ain't scored on us. You got the best D-line? Okay, well, we scored. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to score. Come on, man. We gotta talk. We gotta talk real stuff, man.
With additionals.
With additionals.
Because they're gonna want to join, Coach.
There's people already want to join next year. If we add a sprinkle a little bit more, man, ain't no listen.
It's gonna be dominant.
All of Florida in trouble. They in trouble right now. I wish Lauderdale act like they so much act like they want some more of this stuff here. They get beat to sleep again, Coach. Ain't nobody finna call. I told y'all who the elite champions was gonna be, what the elite Super Bowl was gonna be way back in when it was March. When I seen it, ain't nobody gonna win that but Osceola the Bears. We already beat y'all Super Bowl champion. And if it ain't the Bears, if Osceola want us, man, I'm with it. Before we go to national, we'll whoop y'all Florida elite champion. We'll whoop the Big Ten champion before we go. If we play Thursday, we'll beat you Wednesday just to show you we can do that. Man, y'all be trying us, man. Talking about moving up. Y'all, this is what you better be saying. I hope Nick, TJ, and them boys go ahead and go to another organization or something. Because ain't nobody winning the Premier on them levels. Man, listen. Well, look here, man. I keep trying to tell you, man, we got to stop condoning bull crap and talk real.
Talk real, man.
Not even in school do you stay with the same teacher every year.
Got a point. You got a point, Coach.
Not even in school do you stay with the same teacher every year. The only time, man, look here. The only time you stay with the same teacher, every school know what them portals out there, way out there in the field mean. Everybody know what room 888 is. It ain't just ISS. That's this ain't what Claude was talking about. The boom boom room. I'm talking about boom boom. Like you look, you ain't there. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, man.
you know, man, we gonna wrap this up, but man, nah, I ain't with it, man. I mean, I coach what comes or whoever I go recruit, no matter what level. You know, if we on that level, Coach, it's gonna be problems. Shouts out to Joe. Shouts out Maine. Man, hey, man, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. You know, this stuff here, these trophies and all that stuff, the adults get more into this stuff than the kids, bro. You know what them kids like for us to do with them? 7-on-7.
Mm-hmm.
If them rings really meant so much to them, why they don't come out there with them on all the time?
Right.
If they met so many, why they don't? Hey, I got my because it don't mean nothing to them. They can't play with the trophy. They can't pawn. Man, listen, they can't pawn the ring that time. And them kids know when they dealing with a real one.
Mm-hmm.
They know when they being coached by a real one. They'll talk to you about. They'll chew you. They play around. They'll tell you some things they won't even tell their own parents. They'll come tell you.
Right.
My mama and them over there talking about your coach. It can be something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, no, man, I learned something from everybody, even when I'm out there. TJ, I learned something from you. I learned something from Big Marcus. I learned something from Tyson, KJ. I look at Duke. I look at everybody. The great Bill Parcells said, man, you know, when I met Bill Belichick and brought him in, and he was telling them about Lawrence Taylor and how he was going to use the greatest defensive player of all time. At first, Bill didn't really understand a lot of the stuff. Bill didn't know he probably was talking to the greatest coach. At that time, he didn't seem like much. Mm-hmm. But when you listen to people got to be willing to listen.
Right.
Coach Saturday, I don't got a big head to not tell people, hey, TJ said, Coach, give it to him. Who? Give it to Lamb. He ready? I listened, and he proved me right. It's okay to listen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's okay to listen, and that's a quality in coaching that is gone. People don't like to listen. They want to do what they want to do, and that's why we're a good team, because you know, I listen. I don't. Hey, and put this out there, man. People ask who calling the plays, man. There's been games I done fell back TJ called the plays because see when you have that trust
Right.
with somebody, man, yeah. If I see some crap, I don't like TJ. What is you calling the double reverse for? Why you did that on 3rd and 1? Why you just didn't give it to Rob? Man, it ain't me putting them down, and nobody never know these conversations because I'm not going on the book without I tell TJ right there, or we'll talk about it later. He come up with ideas, I come up with ideas, and guess what? It's like this, and it led to us scoring, having probably one of the best offensive days. Even Ramon told me something this past week, Coachy. Man, everybody be talking. One thing I like about Duke, there's some more of that stuff I be saying you can learn from everybody. Man, what I like about Duke take the ones that y'all call Timmys, and he work with them. White offense. He work with them. And by the end of the season, 1 or 2 of them going to be something that you probably didn't see, but he going to work with them. And, man, they might be biting like real Cobra Kai's at the end. Now, I'm not that type. Always got the patience. But he said, but Nate, that kid Lambo is the fastest jit in America. How is it you don't take that boy under your wing and get everything you can get out of him? And he's one of the most talented kids. And let me tell you something. When you crank him up, Nate, I see him. Them kids gravitate to you. The energy of the team come off of you when you get in your element and them kids hear you talking or whatever. Man, I seen it in Lambeau in practice. When you told him to hit that hole, man, he hit it and he felt good. Do that Saturday before the game, and I guarantee he hit it. He don't even know me and you had already talked. You had already told me to give it to Lambeau, but Ramon told me the night before, man, I'm telling you, Lambeau gonna get him, he gonna hit it. And that still comes a part of coaching too, Coach, because, you know, Lambeau like to hit the outside and all that right there. And Saturday, the man, that young kid made me proud hitting that hole. Even though it wasn't even a touchdown runs.
That first down run, Coach.
Come on, man. Come on. I never thought he'd do that.
He listened and he hit it and kept it going.
And got the first down. And I'm so proud of him, and I know he was proud of himself, because see that stuff right there would make his confidence go through the roof. And now on the road to national, y'all don't know who we gonna throw at you. They don't know. So, you know, this has been a real good show. Probably went over a little bit more, and I probably did a lot more talking than I thought I was gonna do. But you know,
hey,
you got something else? You got something else you want to get off your chest, Coach?
Coach, all I'm saying, you know, see y'all at Nationals.
We'll be down in Nationals December 3rd through the 8th, man. Before I let y'all go, man, I know I talk a lot of stuff, man, but you know, I don't know how else to do it. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna leave y'all with my word and thought of the night. Don't ever go through it with a person about something unless it be about something. I'm going to re-say that again.
Say it one more time, Coach. I need you to say it
with more emphasis.
Real loud.
I'm going to say it loud. Is my mic? Do y'all hear me? Do you hear me real good back there, y'all? Man, an OG gave me this here. Can I tell one last story? One last story,
Coach.
An OG gave me this here, man. I was in the middle of something, and you know, when I got back to his house, he sat me down. Nate, he called me Nate, like my mama used to call me Nate. You about the smartest, dumbest nigga I know. I said, what? I said, man, you got more going on social media than I ever had going on in the street. Drama. So let me just give you a little something and take it for what it's worth. His favorite saying, take it for what it's worth. And then he hit me with it. He say, man, if I don't give you nothing, I'm going to give you this, Coach. Don't ever go through it with he said the N-word, don't ever go through it with a person about something unless it be about something. Now, what is the something, Nate? Something with substance that means something. You out here going through it with people about social media. Little league football. Man, ain't no gangsters on the internet, and that's what you going. You got me coming out there behind you, and I find out it's about social media. That ain't about nothing. Nothing. People, Nate, out here killing about nothing. So, what's the substance, TJ? Your family. You know what I'm saying? Maybe your respect and stuff like that. Don't go out here and get yourself caught up over nothing. And that saying, when that man told me that, and I walked out that man's house, it's been with me for the past 5-6 years. Don't ever, and I try not to go through with nobody about something unless it be about something. I stand on that. So, shots out. I ain't gonna say his name because you know he's very isolated. I'm gonna just call him what I call him. Shout out, bruh. OG bruh. You know what I'm talking about. There's been another episode of Florida Youth Sports Forum. I'm in here with Coach TJ.
Yes, sir, man.
Slick Entertainment. Shouts out to 2CU Productions getting us in here. And my boy TJ pulled up on me, man. But it's one of the most genuine brothers you gonna ever come across, man. Ain't just been real flawless with it, brother. So, you know. You got something else, TJ?
Man, we on our way to Files.
He said it. We on our way. And if y'all ain't tried them garlic shrimp,
oh man.
Y'all don't know what y'all missing. But hey, man, it's been another episode of the Florida Youth Sports Forum podcast with special host TJ Slick Entertainment.
Appreciate you having me, Coach.
Oh, no doubt. And yours truly, the new Godfather.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Stephen A. Time, Nate Johnson, man. I just like mess around, man. We'll be back, man. Y'all be looking forward to another episode here on the Florida Youth Sports Podcast. If you want to contribute anything to what we got going on, $ TYME 1120. And man, like the rabbit say, that's all, folks. We up out of here, man. We up out of here. Good show.
Oh yeah. This what y'all been waiting for? Snowman. We back at it. We got the quality street music. I ain't gonna hold you. We the originators. Let's go. I ain't gonna hold you. Feel like I got the world on my shoulder. Remind me of weighing up them boulders. Cause me and all my white things chillin' at the red light, top down in that motherfucker.